Hey, I think the best part about what I get to do is the opportunity to spend time with our employees, to go from office to office, to be out on the plant floor, and you know, sometimes it's only a little bit of a sound bite of exchange, or maybe it's a, hey, can you pray for me in this way? But it's really spending time with the employees here at PacMoore. And I also, though, am energized by some of those groups that we get together where we're thinking, you know, even broader of connecting people with opportunities. I think that's what good administration is. But it's connecting people with resources that maybe they weren't aware of, or it's connecting people with people of, hey, I'm kind of wrestling in this area, and I might know another employee who's really succeeded and growing, and you know, I'd seek for opportunities to bring them together. That energizes me. I love that. I love those opportunities. You know, one particular example, actually several that come to mind right away, an employee who very early on in his life here at PacMoore, you know, yeah, I'd come by and want to greet him or just kind of check out how his weekend was, and you know, he'd salute me and be cordial, but really just wasn't, you know, it wasn't engaging. And, you know, I respect that. He's welcome to take advantage of the services that are provided here. But, you know, it's so interesting over time, and I find this with other employees as well, that with this particular man, you know, there was some times at home that life wasn't working, and he was having some troubles with his son, and so we began to open up about that, and we had the opportunity to talk about some parenting things, and then, you know, I just asked him, hey, is it okay if I pray for you and pray for your son? And you know, he allowed me to do that for the first time, and then we had further conversations, because it was, okay, well, what, you know, kind of what are some things that I can continue to do to reach out to my son and not kind of bowl over him? And so he began to open up to some counsel about that. And then I began to kind of direct him to say, you know, there's some great parenting principles out of the scriptures. And we began to explore the scriptures together. Actually, I invited him to a group of guys who were meeting together over the lunch hour, and we began exploring those together. And that was over a several years period. And boy, I saw so many changes. It was almost like the lights went on with this guy spiritually. And I know it's had just such an effect on his family and upon the community of people who know him, upon his neighbors. So that's just been exciting to see. There's also another young man that had worked with our third shift employees, and young single guy who you know, was fairly new to PacMoore, but he got plugged into a group of guys that we would meet, you know, at the very end of their shift. And spiritually, it was just kind of exciting to kind of watch his growth. He began talking about relationships with his girlfriend, and just his desire to, hey, make this one work. And so he was real open to discussing that with me and with the guys that we met together, and there was a degree of confidentiality amongst those guys, and boy, we were studying actually some of the scriptures together, and how that really kind of reinforced some of the good decisions he was making. And I think he's still in that relationship to this day, and I don't know what the future holds for them, but he knows that, hey, there are answers that I can get about how life is to be lived, how relationships can be built, and he's looking at the Bible as a true source. And that's always exciting when, you know, it's not just, you know, it's just not statistics and it's not data, but it's really life transformation that we are seeing here at PacMoore.